Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillahi amma ba'd. This is the second Friday of this year's Ramadan after Salat al-Asr. Between al-Asr and Maghrib, many of the ulama of Islam were of the opinion that the hour in which the dua of the slave is answered is between this time. So I encourage you brothers, inshallah, and advise you all to make a lot of dua. Friday is the day that the Muslim also engages himself in the recitation of the Quran, especially Surah Al-Kahf. Some of us began Ramadan and we said to ourselves, I'm going to do more in the month of Ramadan, and one of the things I would do more of is I'll read Surah Al-Kahf in each Ramadan. So each Friday. Last Friday is past. Now we still have the time. Dawood was revealed to him after 18 days passed from Ramadan. And the Quran was revealed after 24 days passed in Ramadan. This is one of the strong proofs that the ulama of Islam used to show that the 25th is Laylatul Qadr. Because the Nabi says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in this hadith, that the Quran was revealed after 24 days passed. But there are other dalil that show the Quran could have been revealed on the 21st, 23rd, 27th, and the 29th. It seems like the 27th is the strongest. And the Imam al-Shafi'i said, it could be that Laylatul Qadr, every year it changes. So the Nabi told the people, look for Laylatul Qadr in the last odd nights of the last 10 days. The point here is, the Quran, the Torah, the Injil, the Suhuf of Ibrahim, the Zabur, all revealed in this month, the month of fasting. Fasting and the Quran, revelation go together. The Nabi told us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as-siyamu wal-Qur'anu yashfi'ani al-abdi yawm al-qiyamati. يقول الصيام ربي إني منعت الطعام والشهوة بالنهار فشفعني فيه ويقول القرآن ربي إني منعته النوم بالليل فشفعني فيه. The Quran and Siyam, both of them will come Yawm al-Qiyamah and they will intercede on behalf of the slave. The Siyam will say, oh my Lord, I stopped him from eating during the day, and I just stopped him from his shahwa with his wife during the day. So let me intercede on his behalf, because he obeyed that. He could go home right now and do something crazy. He can eat, he can drink, he can do something crazy. But he didn't because of Sawm. So the Sawm will come and intercede on his behalf. The Quran will come and say, oh my Lord, I prevented him from going to sleep during the night. So cause me to be an intercessor for him. And that's from the virtues of At-Taraweeh. We get home from Green Lane, 1 o'clock, 1:30. If it wasn't for Ramadan, most of us would be in bed already. Some of us, we combine between Al-Maghrib and Isha during these days because of the lateness of Salat al-Isha. We go to bed early, but it's because of Ramadan and fasting that we stay up. So, the Quran and Siyam are together in that hadith. The Nabi told the people, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Anyone who fasts in Ramadan with Iman thinks he's going to get a reward, he'll be forgiven for his sins. All of those hadith and the ayat, they go to show there is an irtibat, wathiq, big connection between fasting and the Quran. If you're fasting and you didn't read the Quran more, something's wrong with your fast in Ramadan. If you're fasting Ramadan and you didn't hear the Quran more, something is wrong with your fast, Ya Abdullah, with this week that has passed. We have to fast more because it's Ramadan, and we have to read the Quran and hear the Quran and pay attention to the Quran. That's the sunnah of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But there is another ibadah that's connected to Ramadan. Many people have forgotten. This ummah has forgotten this ibadah. Many people from this ummah. And that is the ibadah of al-jihad fi sabilillah. Al-jihad is a kalima, a word Muslims are even afraid of. When they hear it, some people get up and leave the masjid. I don't want to be caught there when that word is mentioned. Al-jihad. What's the connection between al-jihad? And I'm not talking about jihad, not eating food. You make jihad enough in terms of making yourself read the Quran. I'm not talking about that jihad. I'm talking about al-jihad where we're having al-qital fi sabilillah. Al-jihad is connected to Ramadan. It's an ibadah connected to Ramadan. Allah Ta'ala decreed that the greatest battle known to mankind transpired happened in the month of Ramadan, and that's the battle of Badr. Why do we wait till the 17th to celebrate Badr, and then that's when we talk about Badr? The Nabi said about this jihad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, man mata walam yaghzu walam yuhaddith nafsuhu bil ghazwi mata ala shu'batin min nifaq. Anyone who dies and he never made jihad, nor did he encourage himself to make jihad. Oh, if there's an opportunity to make jihad and the door's open, I'm going. He never even said that. He lived, he died, didn't make jihad, nor did he encourage himself, and he died like that. He would die on a branch of hypocrisy, because a Muslim man is an individual who realizes he has to be ready to defend his honor, has to be ready to defend his wife and children, has to be ready to defend his money that he worked hard for and his property, has to be ready to defend the most important of all of those issues, and that is his religion. He lives in the life and he doesn't think, how, when, and where will I be able to defend my religion? And jihad is connected to the month of Ramadan. In the ayat that we have read already, Allah Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرٍ وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. From the reasons why they were helped, because of the barakah of Ramadan, because of the tawheed that they had, because of their tamassuk with the sunnah that the Nabi, he was the example. He was the one who told the people, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, جُعِلَ رِزْقِي تَحْتَ ظِلْ رُمْحِي. My sustenance, the food that I make, my salary, the money that I eat, I dress, it comes as a result. My rizq, it comes as a result of the shade of my spear. Not that he killed people and forced them to come into Islam. Not that he killed people innocently. Not that he blew up people innocently. But he went out to spread this religion, and there were people who opposed him. And he brought them under. He brought them under. And then when he brought them under his power, he took their property. That was his risk. The 10th that was given to him by Allah from the jihad. So the companions, they saw that. They practiced that. They were upon his sunnah. And as a result of that, Allah helped them at Badr. How did Allah help them? Allah helped them in this ayah by sending down a number of malaika. In this ayah they mentioned 3,000. They came down and they helped those few companions. After the war of Badr, Jibril came to the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and said, Ya Muhammad, what's your opinion and what do you think about those Muslims who participated and fought with you in the war of Badr? Abu Bakr and Umar and Ali and Zayd ibn Harith and Bilal and the rest of them. What's your opinion about those companions who were with you? The Nabi says, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they're the best of this ummah. They're the best of this ummah. Jibril said, and also the malaika who participated with you in the war of Badr, they're the best of the malaika. So the Quran and the Sunnah shows that the malaika, they participated in the jihads with the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But this religion, al-Islam, that we are upon, we inherited it. This religion, it didn't get established on the shoulders of angels. The angels are not the ones who put this religion on their shoulders and they carried it to mankind. They helped in the war of Badr, but the religion was established by men, by human beings, by those companions, radiyallahu anhum ajma'een. Allah Ta'ala mentioned ayat about those companions, may Allah be pleased with all of them. من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه فمنهم من قضى نحبه ومنهم من ينتظر وما بدلوا تبديلا. From the believers are men, radiyallahu anhum. Men into us every day is too much. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah is Ghafurur Rahim. I'm not going to go today. It's too much. Why when the Imam does the witr and the qunut, why does he say Sabbih Isma Rabbikal A'la? Why doesn't he just say the short surahs? Why does he make the long dua and the qunut and so forth and so on? Allah described those people, radiyallahu anhum. He said, from them are men who, they were true to the contracts that they made with Allah Azza wa Jal. From them are those who went out and they gave their lives, fi sabilillah. And there were others who were still waiting and they didn't change anything. The companions after the death of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, unlike the Shia of Iran and Iraq and other than them, unlike they claim, the companions did not change anything. Not the Khilafah, not the Quran, nothing. As a matter of fact, they preserved the religion. Allah described those companions, radiyallahu anhum, and how they carried the jihad on their shoulders. Men, human beings, not malaika, and Allah could have made the malaika carry the deen. They helped, but it was on the shoulders of those companions. Allah mentioned in the Quran in Surah At-Tawbah, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَى مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنفُسَهُمْ بِأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ يقتلون ويقتلون وعدا عليه حق في التوراة والإنجيل والقرآن ومن أوفى بأهده من الله فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به ذلك الفوز العظيم. Allah has purchased from the believers, He purchased from them their lives and their monies, and in the return they'll get the Jannah. They fight in the cause of Allah. They kill the enemies of Islam. They kill the people who tried to stop La ilaha illallah from going forth. They kill them, and they're also killed by them. This is the promise of Allah Azza wa Jal that He mentioned in the Torah, in the Injil, in the Quran, and who is better than the promise that He gave than Allah. So be happy, have the bushra, be happy concerning this information that Allah Ta'ala is giving you, because that's truly the true felicity. So what's the point here? Ikhwani, what's the point here? The point here is we have a religious responsibility in the month of Ramadan, outside of the month of Ramadan, to see the bigger picture, to stop complaining. We have it good here in the UK. We have it good. We're going to go back to our homes. There are those of us, we won't take the time out to try to read Surah Al-Kahf, and it's in your best interest. There are those of us who won't make dua. There are those of us who won't go to Salat al-Maghrib or Isha in the masjid. There are those of us who won't make Salat al-Tarawih. There are those of us who we're not going to make the sajda of a shukr from the ibadat in this month that we should make a lot. We have a religious responsibility when you get tired, when you're thirsty, when you're hungry, when you feel it's hot and the day is long. We have a responsibility to say, you have to be like those people who carry this religion. So نزلت عليهم السكينة وغشتهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة وذكرهم الله في من عنده. No people ever come together in one of the masajid, in the house of Allah. They read the Quran between themselves. They study the Quran between themselves. Whenever they do that, the sakina comes down. The rahmah of Allah comes down upon them for sitting, for learning. The malaika come down and they surround them to participate. And Allah mentions those people who are learning His Quran with those in the sky, the malaika. The Nabi told the people sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Ta'allimu al-Quran, فإنه يأتي شفيع لكم." Learn the Quran. It will come as an intercessor for you if you learn it. The Nabi told the people sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لأن يغدو أحدكم إلى المسجد فيقرأ أو يتعلم آيتين من كتاب الله خير له من ناقتين وثلاثة خير له من ثلاث وأربع خير له من أربع ومن أعداد ذلك من الإبل. If one of you goes to the masjid and you read 2 ayat, or you learn 2 ayat, or you read 3 ayat, you learn 3 ayat, you read 4 ayat, or you learn 4 ayat, that's better for him than going to get 2 camels or 3 camels or 4 camels. You sit in the masjid and you read Surah Al-Kahf, over 100 ayat, 110 ayat. That's better for you than going to get 110 camels. But we don't look at the Quran like that. We don't look at the Quran like that. Al-Muhim, the ayat that we want to deal with, Ikhwani, is an ayat that's in Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat 251. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He mentioned in this ayat that was revealed in this month, Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضُهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضِ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. If it wasn't for the fact that Allah checked one group of people by using another group of people with jihad, if Allah didn't check one group of people by using another group of people, then there will nasiha ad-dinu nasiha ad-dinu nasiha. Pay attention, it's important. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Allah didn't mention those things just to waste time. حاشا لله. The second ayah from Surah Al-Hajj, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضُهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَهُدِّمَتْ صَوَامِعُ وَبَيْعٌ وَصَلَوَاتٌ وَمَسَاجِدُ يُذْكَرُ فِيهَا اسْمُ اللَّهِ كَثِيرًا. If it wasn't for a group of people, that Allah repelled one group of people with another group of people, if that didn't happen, then many of the monasteries, many of the synagogues, many of the churches, many of the masjids in which the name of Allah is being mentioned in them, they will be torn down, they will be destroyed. They would be torn down and they would be destroyed. So what's the point here? What's the point here? In Burma right now, in Burma, if there were a group of Muslims protecting the Burmese people, the Muslims there, then the other people, those Buddhists, wouldn't be killing them. Bi-idhnillah. In Palestine, why are the Jews, the Zionists, killing the Palestinians like that? Because no one is getting in the way to say or to do anything. In Syria, they're being killed because no one's going to get involved. In Kashmir, no one's getting involved. America gets involved where it has some benefit. It has some petrodollars there, has some money, something that they're going to do, they'll get involved. It's not about democracy, it's just about their own personal benefit. But the point is, the principle is, if it wasn't for a group of one people, then there's going to be fitna and fasad. And that's the rahmah of Allah Ta'ala, that He would legislate al-jihad to stop people from oppressing other people. So now, every night in Ramadan, across the globe, in our masjid Green Lane, the Imam says a dua for everything that's against the religion. During the course of the day, we do a lot of things that are against the religion, so the dua is not accepted. Today is Friday. The Olympics are going to start today. The Olympics, today is the opening ceremony. Today, the opening ceremony. They spent 30 million pounds for the opening ceremony. 30 million pounds. Burmese Muslims, they can use that money. Somalis who are in camps in Kenya, they can use that money. Kashmir people can use that money. Palestinians can use that just for the opening ceremony. This is not preparation and coming, the preparations before, during all of these days. If a Muslim is watching the Olympics, he's watching the Olympics, Usain Bolt running without any clothes on, tight spandex, he's watching people swim, the women play volleyball, whatever the case is. The Olympics is shirkun billah. Greek people came up with these Olympics. It's built upon Hercules, myths, kufr, shirk. The Muslim of Tawheed, the person of Ahlul Hadith, the person of Ahlul Sunnah, person of a Salafiyah, the Muslim, he doesn't allow himself to stoop so low to watch and waste time in the month of Ramadan on that nonsense. The women going to run the 100-meter race, and it's a lot of excitement, People are going to sit there and watch those ladies run with no clothes on, and then in the end of the night, Allahumma la tusallitu alayna bidhunubina. La, that's not the fast of al-Islam. The fast of al-Islam, ikhwani, is as-salat. The fast of al-Islam is as-siyam. The fast of al-Islam is al-jihad fi sabilillah. Now, I'm not telling anyone here, go get a gun and go to Burma. I'm not definitely telling anybody here to go get on an airplane and blow up the Burmese airlines. I'm not saying that to anyone. But what I am saying to you is to utilize your dua, your real dua. After we get home, we have an hour and a half, inshallah, before Fajr. That hour and a half is ibadah, a little bit better, a little bit more. The fact that this is a golden opportunity, you have to evaluate yourself. This last week that went by, Friday to Thursday was the first week. Made some mistakes here and there, missed some salats in the masjid here and there, did some good things here and there, but this new week is going to be better. We're still in the first third of Ramadan. The first 10 days didn't come. It didn't finish yet. This is the 8th day. This Friday is the 8th day. Now we're about to go into the 9th day tonight after Salat al-Maghrib, inshallah ta'ala. So let us take advantage of this opportunity in making dua for the mujahideen, in being a group of people who talk to themselves. The nafs, it says, I hope I get an opportunity to go somewhere in the land to defend the religion, and not just be so concerned with how many samosas I'm going to eat and how much water I'm going to drink, and how long the days are, and how just complain. As for those companions, radiyallahu anhum, that's why they were the examples of the deen. They were the examples, because they didn't hesitate to make any sacrifice, and they didn't complain to the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this month, Ramadan, is the month of jihad, the jihad of qital. I end this with a question that Allah put towards you. A number of questions, but I only mention one. He said in the Quran subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, ما لكم إذا قيل لكم انفروا في سبيل الله ثاقلتم إلى الأرض أرضيتم بالحياة الدنيا على الآخرة وما متاع الحياة الدنيا في الآخرة إلا قليل إلا تنفروا يعذبكم عذابا أليما ويستبدل قوم غيركم ولا تضروه شيئا والله على كل شيء قدير. Oh you who believe, why is it when you're called and you're encouraged and you're invited to go out fi sabilillah, not 40 days Jamaat al-Tabligh fi sabilillah, to go out and fight fi sabilillah to prove the deen and your iman, why when that invitation is made you hold on to the earth and you don't go out, you refuse? Have you chosen the وَفَتْحٌ قَرِيبٌ وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ? Questions after questions in jihad. Why are we not going out? Oh, you believe. Shall I not invite you to a tijara that will please you? And the ayat went on and it went on. So Allah didn't put it on us that we got to go out and make jihad, because that ain't our issue right now. But we have the ability to make dua. We have the ability to stay in the masjid to read Surah Al-Kahf. We have the ability not to go home and to turn on the TV. We have the ability to say to our family members, hey, those Olympics, haram. Haram. People say, Abu, you're mutshaddid. Do you believe it's okay? A man from Pakistan is going to the Olympics this year and he's going to swim. He's going to swim the 100 meters. And if he wins, what are we going to say? Allahu Akbar. The Somali man from London, Mo Farah, he's one of the best runners in the world. He's going to run. If he wins, he makes sajda. What are we going to say? Allahu Akbar. No. Watching that, haram. The Muslim lady, for years, Saudi Arabia, they didn't allow women to participate in the Olympics at all. It was in their qanun. Never allowed it. This year, the first woman is going to participate. Why? Because the whole world put pressure on Saudi Arabia and said, where's the democracy? Where's the women's liberation? Where's the equality? So they buckled under the pressure. So this year, the lady is going to participate. That's the condition of Al-Islam. I don't single out and mention Saudi Arabia to bring them down. That's just an example. If you're not politically correct today, you're going to have problems. Our religion is changing. These little kids, when they grow up, inshallah, we don't know what's the complexion of their Islam. What is it going to look like? What is it going to look like, their Islam? Because you can't even mention words now in Al-Islam. You can't even mention, how does Al-Islam distinguish and make differences between the man and the woman? And so many other issues. So although we're not going to make that type of jihad, we have to make dua for those Syrian brothers who are making jihad.